So, hello everyone, good morning. This is me doing the hoop video. That I hope that having watched this video, you will all finally learn to hoop. I think last year the first thing on my mind was hooping, period. I want to hoop. I want the hoop to stay up and not fall down. Not necessarily teaching anybody how to hoop, so I'm feeling particularly excited that you're all confident I'll teach you to hoop, or I'll show you how I hoop. I agree with you because I watched a few YouTube videos myself, but it was when I got videos from friends, like women I know hooping themselves, helped me to hoop better. You know, it gave me the confidence that I could hoop, and then I stuck with it and I managed to do it. So I'm hoping that seeing that Victoria can hoop will help you to hoop too. So let's go straight to the video because I don't like videos that waste time, you know, doing a lot of intros and talking nonsense before they start. Let's go to hooping. What are the important things you need to know to hoop? First things first, you need a hoop. This is a hoop. This is my travel hoop. It's a big one. If you are a beginner, this hoop is too lightweight. Actually, you would need a weighted hoop, something heavier so that the hoop carries itself. This hoop is very light and I still have challenges with it because if you want to do certain things like slow it down, tone it up, I'm not perfect yet, so it falls down a whole lot and it, you know, I have to do a lot of control with it. So if you're a beginner, even if you get your hoop in the toy section, make sure it weighs a little bit more than 500 grams. That would help. This one is very, very lightweight. Second thing you need is enthusiasm and a stick-with-it-ness. The first time I started hooping, the hoop fell down, bashed my shins, clipped my fingernails off, struck my toes maybe 10 or 20 times, and I was in tears. I remember putting up a poster and somebody said, wear a hazmat suit when you want to hoop. So but the point I'm making is that the hoop will fall down 1,000 times or more. Your ability to pick it up and stick with it will determine whether you're going to hoop or not. So I say stick with it. Secondly, wear something, is that the third one? Wear something that fits. I'm about to leave the house, so I thought I might hoop with this dress. It's fitted enough, but I put a belt on it just in case. So the hoop sits on my back there, and it can touch my body because it needs my body to revolve. Honestly, if you can hoop with a boo-boo, congratulations. You know, that's another skill. But you need something a bit sporty, something a bit fitted, because it's the pulse going on in your middle that keeps the hoop up. Fourthly, I should have written this down, but it's okay. Fourthly, many people assume that when you grab a hoop, you start doing this. No, you don't. You don't. What keeps the hoop up is the pulse in your middle. So what you barely need to do something like this or to the side, and the hoop will just go around. As a matter of fact, when you start hooping, if you place the hoop in the middle of your back there and you give it a nice solid spin, it will revolve a couple of times before it finally falls down. Let me do that again. If you put the hoop in the middle of your back and give it a good spin, it will revolve a number of times before it falls down. Now, this is the point where you start pulsing, 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 and the hoop will stay up. If you're a learner, a little bit more before it falls down. But with time, you will find that the hoop will stay up more times than it falls down. Something else that you need to be able to hoop effectively, for me, most importantly, is music. I've also talked about
that I set my eyes on you. Baby, I was stuck on you. I'm on me, I'm caught for you.
Yeah, music. And this particular one has a nice rhythm that actually helped me to keep the hoop up. I've talked about when I started hooping and when I started learning to ice skate, and it was very, very difficult. I don't know why. Maybe I have problems with coordination, I don't know. And even when I do aerobics classes, when I focus on the music and tune into the music, I do so much better. I do so much better. I get a rhythm going and I follow the rhythm and everything works out so much better. Finally, the last thing you need to hoop is makeup, just because. Okay, so that's it now. Let's start hooping. Now I'm going to talk about the techniques to hoop, and I'm hoping that this video is not longer than 10 minutes really. So hooping techniques, I need to flex a little bit. Like I said before, wear something that is fitted. Put the hoop in the small of your back and grip it firmly. Grip firmly. And then, let me put my music back on. I hope I don't just run off dancing and forget that I'm supposed to be hooping and teaching you all how to hoop. So, I'm going to put the hoop in the small of my back and then let it spin and then pulse into it. So you have to maintain a pulse with your middle. Now, I'm not an expert at this. There are people who hoop with their neck, their shoulders. Yeah, people have hooped off one shoulder. There are people who hoop with their hands, their palms, their knees, any part of the body. And the principle is the same. Keep a pulse going. The hoop will revolve and come back into that pulse. Even if you're moving around, keep a pulse going. I still believe that the hoop is controlling me more than I'm controlling it. But I try to keep that pulse going. So here is the hoop in the middle of my back and a good spin and the pulse. So this is the pulse. Right now I'm doing in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, front, back, you know, in, out, in, out. So every time the hoop comes around, it meets my middle. Every time it revolves and comes around, it meets my middle, and then at the back as well, it meets the back. So in, out, in, out. Now you can do side to side. You can give it a side to side pulse so that the hoop hits on either side of your body. The important thing is to keep that pulse going. So you feel the hoop coming and you hit it, or you keep the pulse going and the hoop bounces off it and it maintains a momentum. That's what you do. Now, the hoop may fall down, and my hoop falls all the time. You simply pick it up, put it back in the middle, and continue hooping. Continue hooping. I said music and rhythm helps me a whole lot. Let me show you what the song Romantic by Tiwa Savage and
My body call for you, all for you. Went back inside my dream to search for you. Looking like a dream come true, cause you make my dream come true. Baby, I will stand by you, with you. Cause you are my woman, womanly. Cause you are some woman, woman sweet. Come and Mr. Roman, romantic. Come and make you feel good, oh, romantic. Cause you are my woman, womanly. Cause you are some woman, woman sweet. Come and Mr. Roman, romantic. Come and make you feel good, oh, romantic. So romantic, oh yeah, baby, make me show them, let's show them, show them.
that's what I have for in my head. And then
My baby's so romantic, yo. Ooh, she romantic, yo, romantic, yo. So romantic, yo. She feeling like romantic, yo. My baby's so romantic, she's she romantic, yo, romantic, yo. So romantic, yo. She feeling.
if you're left-sided, you likely use your left hand to push your hoop towards the right. I'm not left-sided. I'm right-handed, more or less. So I always push my hoop to the right and hoop to the left. I am working on hooping in the opposite direction, actually. You know, going this way, and I still struggle with it. You can see me moving everything on my body now to get the hoop going. But I suggest keep your natural rhythm. If you're right-handed, push it to the right, hoop to the right, you know. And if you're left-handed, push to the left, and then you can learn a few more tricks along the way as you get better. So I don't know, that's it. I don't know if you need any more videos, but I've said all that I can say. And happy hooping. Let me know. I'm still struggling with this hoop. It's super light. It's super light, and a lot of the times I feel this hoop controls me more than I control it. But I'm all good. At least I can keep it up for 3 minutes before it falls or something. Okay, bye.